Well, Hamas has put out a statement explaining what it says happened on Friday morning, leading to the collapse of the truce. It says that at 03:30 hours GMT, Israeli troops advanced into eastern Gaza through Rafah. At 0400 hours GMT, a firefight begins between Palestinian fighters and the Israeli army. 1 hour later, Israeli tanks advanced into the east of the strip, killing dozens of people in Rafah and Quza. That's according to Hamas. Peter Lerner is the spokesman for the Israeli army. He joins us on the line now from Tel Aviv. Peter, why did this ceasefire break down? What was the Israeli military doing at the time in Rafah?
Well, despite what you've just reported by Hamas, which is a complete falsification and a blatant lie, the Israel Defense Forces were indeed participating in the ceasefire. And about 90 minutes into that ceasefire, out comes a suicide bomber out of a tunnel, and a gunman behind him blew himself up, killing 2 soldiers. And then a gunfight, and in the aftermath of that, they've abducted a soldier. So we have now 2 dead soldiers in a ceasefire that was agreed upon by all parties, that was brokered by the United Nations and the US,
Peter,
and a terrorist organization that has attacked the IDF.
Peter, you are denying categorically that Israeli troops crossed your defensive line in Gaza.
I am saying that the IDF were in the positions and according to the agreement operating in order to decommission tunnels, and indeed we were abiding by the ceasefire, and unfortunately these terrorists, under the cover of the humanitarian recess, took full advantage of that and attacked our forces.
Let me read you a little more of this Hamas statement. It says that obviously they call you the enemy. The enemy's army moved its vehicles and soldiers and advanced within the territory of the Gaza Strip. In the depth of Rafah at 6:30 in the morning, it advanced 2,400 meters. So the Palestinian resistance repelled the infiltrating forces and engaged in clashes with them. Your troops then, once again, you're denying categorically that you didn't cross your defensive line.
I'm saying this is lie after lie after lie, from the beginning of the time that they're stating till the end of the scenario that they are describing. Everything they are doing from the beginning of this operation till this day is full of lies. You have to be very cautious with what they are telling you. I can tell you the IDF this morning was holding its fire, sitting on its hands, hoping to de-escalate the situation. This terrorist organization that has no regard for any life, human or others, is going and operating, exasperating, and increasing the aggression on the state of Israel. We've had 20 more rockets over the course of the day launched from Gaza. We have a soldier that's been abducted and 2 soldiers that were killed in the ceasefire. Forgive me,
I don't want the rhetoric. I'm looking for facts here at the moment. What you say that the Israeli military was sitting on its hands. There weren't any tunnel operations going on at the time. You weren't destroying tunnels. You weren't neutralizing tunnels, as you call them.
We were destroying tunnels. That was a part of the understandings of that we will continue to demolish and decommission these tunnels, which, as proven today, are a substantial threat. That was all part of the agreement. This is what was declared on. This is what was agreed upon by all parties. But Hamas abused the situation, aggravated it further, and abducted a soldier, an officer, a young officer, and killed 2 more.
Peter, so was this a badly worded ceasefire? Was it just asking for trouble?
No, Hamas is a badly unrespectable, somebody you cannot commit to, cannot depend on them to carry out any sort of agreement. This organization has one thing in mind. It only wants to wreak havoc on the region.
Peter, tell us more, if you can, please, while we've got you, about the circumstances in which the Israeli soldier went missing.
Indeed, as I pointed out, the forces were operating in order to decommission the tunnel. During that activity, a suicide bomber came out of a tunnel. I'm not certain it was the same tunnel, and another gunman came out of a tunnel. The suicide bomber blew himself up, killing 2 on the spot, 2 soldiers, and abducting Hadar Goldin into the tunnel, seeking refuge into that tunnel again.
And I'm assuming, Peter, that you've now launched an operation to try to recover him.
we are attempting to pursue the perpetrators of this attack, indeed.
Peter, good to talk to you. Many thanks indeed. That's Peter Lerner, the spokesman for the Israeli army, on the line there from Tel Aviv.